So previously we've added rich text editing to our application using action text. And we see that there is also an option to add an image or any other file. For this, it uses active storage. And now we are going to use active storage to add a logo to our course. So we're going to the active storage documentation. And first of all, we see that we should select the storage that we want. Now, for our local storage, we are going to use our local folders inside the application. But for storing in production, we are going to use Amazon. So let's install our Amazon service for storing files. Now in Amazon console, we go to services and select storage S3. And we are going to create a storage instance for our application. So create bucket. Okay. We give it a name. You can give it any name you want. And here we've created it. So let's open and see how it looks. Basically, it's a storage that you can imagine as Google Drive or Dropbox, but the good thing is that you can connect it to any application. You can create folders, upload files, save files, view files, whatever. And you can give access to different applications. Now, to give our application access to this active storage in S3, we need to know a secret key ID and a secret access key for our application. So we are going to create these. We are going to services, IAM, and here we are going to create a user. So we're going to our users, add user. It's going to be called Corsego, only programmatic access, so no login permissions, only a secret access key and an access key ID. And we're going to attach existing policies. Now let's see what we have with S3. So we're going to give full access to S3 to this user. I mean, we're going to create a password and an access key so that anything can be accessed by this user. Let's see. Create. Okay. So we've created a user and we have an access key ID and the secret access key. Now we're going to keep these in our secret credentials. So we're going to edit our credentials. Here we have them. Uncommenting, AWS. Now this is going to be nested in production. Actually, not yet. Now we're just going to try for AWS. So access key ID is going to be, let's see what we have here. This key. And our secret access key is going to be the thing that we have here. Now I'm not going to show it, but I'm going to paste it right here instead of the default values. And when I paste the key, for example, like this, I'm going to press escape. And here I press this sign, then WQ and enter to exit with saving. So if I exit with saving and go back, I see that this values were stored. Now I'm going to actually paste the real value and save, and we'll continue from there. So I've added my credentials and now I'll try to access them. I will go to the Rails console. And in the console, I will try to run the command Rails application credentials dig. Now we have AWS and inside we have the access key ID nested, for example. Here it is. And if I write the secret access key, we will also have it available. So we are going back to the documentation and going to the config storage YML file. So config storage YML. And here we are going to declare where we are going to keep our files on Amazon. So we uncomment it. Let's see. Okay, so our access key ID will be automatically like this. We already have it nested inside AWS, and secret access key also the same. Now the region is going to be the one that we are using for our active storage. Let's see the one that we are using for active storage. So we're going to our environments on Amazon, and we'll open S3. And here we have Corsego production is the name. So the name of the bucket is Corsego production, and the region is EU Central 1, as you see. Okay, now next, we're going to decide where we're going to store our files in development.rb and in production.rb. So we go to environments, development.rb, and production.rb. And as you see, by default, we have active storage service local here and here, meaning that we will be storing our application files directly in our application storage folder here. So whenever we upload a video or an attachment or a photo, it will be stored here. But we want to do it in Amazon. Now, we can store even our development files in Amazon in the storage that we've declared here. So if we write Amazon here, it will mean that our application is, our development environment is going to go to storage YML, find Amazon, and inside it's going to use these things to access the Amazon S3 bucket. Now we're going to do the same for production, Amazon. Okay. So next, the application says that we need to add the gem AWS SDK S3 to our gem file. So we're going to our gem file, and we're adding this gem. Now we switch the console off and bundle. So we've bundled, and let's go back to the documentation. So now we're going to attach a file to our record. More specifically, we're going to add something like an avatar or an image to our courses. So first of all, we need to create a migration to add an avatar to our courses. Well, actually, no, we don't need to add any fields, any additional fields to our courses or to whatever, because we are already storing our files in our active storage in our application. Let's open our database, migrations, actually the schema. And in the schema, we can see that we've got, let's find it, active storage attachments. So we are not going to create any additional fields for our courses. We are going to store our logo information in this active storage attachment table. So what do we actually do, and how do we tell the application that our course must have a logo or an image or whatever? So as said here, we go to our model. So we go to course.rb. Let's find it, models, course.rb. And here we will say that has one attached avatar, or let it be logo. So has one attached, let it be avatar. Now we'll need a field for an avatar in our course form. So we go to views, courses, form, and here we're going to have a field for our avatar, like this. And as you see, it is a file field. These file fields were added in Rails 6 together with everything else to work properly with active storage. So we've added avatar in our form, and we'll also need to whitelist it in our params so that the avatar can actually be saved. So we're going to controllers, courses controller, and here we're going to add avatar, like this. So let's try and see if anything works We're going to restart our server. Okay, we'll wait until it restarts. And it gives us an unknown variable form because we are using f. Okay, refresh. And now you see that we have a browse and we can add a logo. Now let's add a row for the description and the file field not to be in one row. Yeah, looks a little bit better. So we will add some kind of random picture. Let's add this picture, course with avatar, like this. Create course. And now we need to actually display the avatar in some way. So we'll go back to the documentation, and here we see something like user avatar attached to see if an avatar is actually attached. Now we'll go to courses show and see if the course has an avatar attached. So we'll add course dot avatar attached, and it says true. Now let's make it a bit more visible. So does the course have an avatar? True. And we want to actually display the avatar. So to display it, we'll use an image tag. We don't have it here. So we are going to write equals image tag add course dot avatar. And we see that we have the picture successfully displayed. Now, as you remember, for even our development environment, we decided that we want to store everything on Amazon. So let's go to our S3 bucket. And if we refresh, we can see that an image was actually uploaded. And we can open the image. Let's allow it. And the image was successfully uploaded to our S3. So we can upload images to Amazon S3 and we can display them in our application. Now let's try opening another course, Psychology 233, and we get an error because there is no image in this particular course. So we're going to validate if we can show an image in the course. We're going to show it if the image is attached. So if at course avatar attached, then we're going to show the image tag. Now I refresh and it works. And we see that has avatar is false. Now we're going to hide this. We won't be using this part anymore. Now let's go back to the course that we have just created, the one that has an avatar. Here it is. And we're going to make it look a bit better. So for it not to be so large, we can add some additional class as width 200 pixels. And always the width would be 200 pixels, but the height would be automatic. Now let's say we want to change the image. We would go to edit. And without saving anything, let's try just publishing once again. Now we still have the same image. Let's try changing the image. We'll take another picture, the other teeth, upload, and we see that we have another picture. Let's go to our S3. And we see that one picture was replaced by another. So it doesn't keep the old picture, it was automatically deleted. So now here we have a course that actually has a logo, but when we go to edit, we don't see the logo and we don't know if the course actually has a logo. So we can also make the logo or avatar visible when we're editing the course. So for this, we would go to our course form, and here we would display the avatar if it is attached. So it would look something like this. So if course avatar is attached, then we display the image like this. And we have the field for an avatar. Let's try with a course that isn't created yet. So there is no avatar. We'll add some kind of picture. Create the course. The avatar was added. Let's go to edit, and we can also see that there is a picture. So we can also just add a label to our avatar field. It would look something like f label avatar. Refresh, and we have a label for it. Now we can also add an additional row to make it look a bit more pretty. And looks okay. So in this lesson, we've added active storage. In our Amazon environment, we've added an S3 bucket. We have changed our credentials to work together with our S3 bucket. We've selected Amazon for active storage for our local and for our production environments. We've added the GEM AWS SDK S3 so that our Amazon S3 bucket works with our Rails application. We've added the avatar attachments to our courses. We've done it in our course model, in our form, in our controller, so that avatar is whitelisted. And in our show method, we can now show the avatar of a particular course. That's it. Thank you.